Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. Liftoff.
Hello. What is up, guys? Hunter Klein here. This week's episode of Interplanetary Monkeys should be a good one. I'm excited to record. One of the more beautiful underlying benefits of the podcast that goes unnoticed by me is the amount of joy I do experience as I approach, or as I just immediately hit the record button for the podcast. So I'm very thankful for that. I'm very thankful for the podcast, and I'm very thankful for you guys. Things have been interesting. Things are getting interesting in my life, in the world. Specifically, I have a few big moves that I'm making, things that I hope and suspect will have a major impact on my life, career, but we will get to that at the end, as usual. For now, let's talk about the big things in the world. Number one, 2 words, Squid Game. Squid Game, guys. I know I'm a little bit late on this train, or it seems as if I'm late based on the news, but goddamn, they really knocked this one out of the park, guys. No, I'm not a big avid Netflix watcher. I'm generally not the type of person that will mindlessly scroll through TV shows and select one randomly. I've had those phases in my life, but these days I'm a little too busy, and I just feel a little bit worthless if I'm, trying to randomly find a TV show to dump hundreds of hours into. Now, with that being said, Squid Game gets me locked in. It keeps me up till 2:30 in the morning last night, when I know I should damn well be asleep. And it is worth it every single time, guys. This is one of the most creative TV shows I've ever seen. And the fact, the non-American acting aspect of it, the unique acting, the unique cinematography of it, all adds this very fresh feeling to a TV show. Not to mention how gruesome it is. It is not for the faint of heart. If you're thinking about watching, you don't like blood, not for you. If you don't like people dying, not for you. It is a perfect blend of comedy, lightheartedness, and absolutely gruesome content, and we can't complain. Now, the depth of it is there's something to be said about the depth of the show as well. Now, I know people are not always in my frame of mind when they consume content, go about their day, thinking deeply about things like, whoa, this goes so deep. And I don't want to paint myself as that guy, that guy, the guy. I'm not, but I do enjoy content, shows, music, whatever form of entertainment it may be that does provoke thought. And Squid Game does that, specifically to monetary gain, financial status, and what we would all be willing to do for a little extra cash in our pockets. It's very interesting. So if you haven't watched it, it will 100% be worth your time. You will 100% enjoy it. Seems like everybody has, and it seems that it is, if it isn't already, is going to be the biggest show on Netflix. So enjoy, friends. I learned this morning that the most searched word on Bing is Google. Now, I know this is extremely random, but this is so sad and disheartening for people that are looking to compete in the search engine game. If you are unfamiliar, Bing is another search engine that, in my opinion, feels absolutely awful to use. And I am a major contributor to this stat, because every single time Bing comes up, I'm searching Google and I'm going directly to Google. It's not pretty to the eye. And when you look at these other search engines, it's absolutely incredible to think how much work and time has gone into such a simple concept, that being the Google homepage and the navigation system. These guys have teams of psychologists and scientists trying to figure out how to make your searching experience as dopamine filled and as smooth as possible, and Google knocks it out of the park. Absolutely knocks it out of the park. There's so many beautiful things about that search engine that you don't realize are beautiful until you go try to use, sorry, Bing, something like Bing. It's pretty rough. It's pretty rough. Now, the majority of my weekend has been filled with a fascination for criminal psychology. Again, we're jumping around this episode. I don't know why I'm drawing attention to it. This is how my brain works, and this is how the podcast goes, so settle in. But criminal psychology has fascinated the hell out of me, specifically this weekend, but I've really dove into it over the last year. If you want to talk about a career that is intellectually engaging, now I don't ever see myself as someone who would pursue this. I don't really see myself as with a career or a life or aspire to be a criminal psychologist. But you have to appreciate the art. Okay, if you've never, explored this area, I would suggest going to YouTube and searching JCS. And it is a criminal psychology YouTube channel that walks viewers through the sciences and technique side of interrogations. And it's very interesting and captivating. And as soon as you start that video, you're going to have a hard time clicking off. I can promise you that. But it's just incredible to me. It is literally mental warfare. Something as simple as changing your stance in an interrogation to try to gain an advantage over the other individual. Not only that, but there is momentum in these. And the interrogator is consciously aware of momentum. For example, if I can get this, I don't know what you'd call it, subject, interviewee, the person being interrogated, if I can get them to break eye contact, if I can get them to second guess themselves, it's almost as if a snowball rolling down a hill. Once the interrogator gets that advantage, they consider it momentum and they ride off of it. Right? Let's say that a subject is getting interviewed, is very strong and confident, and all of a sudden, you say something that makes them lose confidence. Then the interrogator will get up and move his seat closer to him and stare him in the eyes, as if he's slowly backing him into a corner. The cues they use, the actual terminology being used, this is all explained in the JCS YouTube channel. I highly suggest, once again, you guys check it out. It's very interesting. It's intellectual. I think there's something to be gained mentally from it. It's not a complete time dump like a lot of other content out there. And it's just incredible to watch. Now, again, this is another one of those pieces of content that's not for the faint of heart because it is a little gruesome at times. Again, we're talking about some serious cases here. These subjects, the YouTube videos are created around very, very interesting humans that have done some terrible stuff. Murders, kidnappers, things of that nature. Now, this show has made me extremely fearful of having a daughter. Because all of these cases, every single psychopathic kidnapping or killing or whatever, always centers around a female victim. And it's like, Jesus Christ, what a terrifying world to be a female in. Now, we all know this. This isn't some, novel finding or realization, but it is pretty terrifying. Walking down the roads in evenings, nighttime, dimly lit sidewalks as a female, that's just not a good world to be in, so I feel for you. Hang in there, ladies. Get yourself some self-defense, whether that be a pistol, mace spray, because there are some creepers out there. There are some big creepers out there, and it just makes me absolutely terrified to have a daughter. It absolutely makes me terrified to have a daughter. Now, another interesting advance for humanity this week is the announcement of Amazon's Astro. Now, Amazon's Astro is essentially the modern-day iRobot. This is the first iRobot. It is a robot with eyes, and I'm pretty sure a mouth. Now, it is virtual. It's pixels on a screen, but it's the first step. It's the first step of us actually talking to AI in our home. Maybe one bugs out and starts doing some creepy shit late in the evening while you're watching a scary movie, and you throw it out the window or something like that. That's instantly what I imagine when I see these robots that are essentially designed to mimic humans in a sense, to get them to fit into the family a little better. Now, Amazon's Astro is a little circular like drone that has a screen poking out of the top, and the screen has like virtual eyes, like I mentioned. But here's the description of what Amazon's Astro is supposed to do, or is supposed to be available to do. Keep tabs on young family members and be there for whatever you might need Alexa for. So it seems as if it's going to be a better upgrade of an Alexa. And by better upgrade, I mean something that can walk, talk, and actually move around your house and watch you. And you can voice control your lights with it, things like that. The bot is operated via an app that also receives Astro's alerts. The app is used as well to drive the robot around and see what it sees. So I guess this serves as somewhat of a security camera as well, a mobile security camera. Maybe you get an alert when someone's outside your house. Boom, you pull out your app and drive your robot around, or drive your robot to the front door. Now, I know I'm painting this in a negative light because it is scary. Right. As we have AI approach human-like characteristics, start getting them into our families, start giving them eyes, it does get scary. And I think my opinion here, some of this bias that's seeping through this discussion, is based on a lot of the, negative technological episodes of TV shows I've seen. The media just paints it as scary. Humans are scared of this stuff. Naturally. Somewhat of imposters into our human flesh world society. Now, Amazon's Astro is going to start at around $1,000, and in my opinion, that's not too outlandish considering some of y'all are spending like $50,000 on new iPhones. Guys, I think it is we're detouring quick here. I think it is absolutely outlandish that people are pre-ordering iPhones and posting it on their social medias as if they just graduated from college. Okay, it's a little disgruntling. It's a phone. You spend too much time on it if you're celebrating a purchase. No one cares. We got to get it together. We got to get it together. Not to mention, you might as well publicly say, I get scammed. You might as well put a post or a bumper sticker on your car that says, I pay for hype. I am a hype beast. Because I guarantee you that phone is not worth the money you paid. Especially considering the fact that your old iteration of the iPhone that you upgraded is almost certainly right in the ballpark of performance. Like, come on. Like, if you're switching from a flip phone to a new iPhone, cool. Okay, you're getting some real benefits there. But otherwise, you're paying for hype, you're paying for new metals, and you're paying to look like you're wealthy. I guess I'm not, guys. I don't really relate to these type of purchasers. I'm sure I don't want to bash you guys too hard. Who really cares? There's a lot of bullshit that I do in my life that you could absolutely slam, and you can go right ahead. I'm not saying you're a negative person. I'm not trying to smack your character. But it is questionable in my eyes. Okay, buy your phone and shut up. That's really how it goes. But Amazon's Astro, to be honest with you guys, I'm 100% going to dive in if I have the opportunity. Now, $1,000 is a little. I mean, this is fuck you money a little bit, right? We could definitely all go without having a robot drive around our house. But if I ever get into a financial situation where I just want to throw away $1,000 and kind of boast that I have my own robot, I would 100% be willing to buy this product. I think the benefits of this kind of stuff are astronomical. And for example, I've had an Alexa-like piece of technology in my home for a while, and I don't ever use it to its true potential, but there is. I mean, if you really wanted to min-max your human performance, avoiding forgetfulness, right? Alexa, add whatever to my shopping list. Like, I could definitely use that. That would definitely improve my quality of life. being able to do that, actually integrating, actually weaponizing the technology to benefit you intellectually, there is so much potential here. And if you can have a robot that like follows you around your home, maybe add a little vacuum cleaner to the bottom, have it go check on people, have it go hand people objects, that would be sick. That'd be sick. And as far as negatives of it, right now, the biggest concern is security warnings. Security experts warn of privacy concerns. They're going to farm your data. And to be quite honest with you guys, they're already farming your data. This idea that a robot following you around is going to give them more data or is going to penetrate into our lives and take everything from us. No, it's not. You're already on your phone 8 hours a day, feeding these AI systems exactly what you enjoy, exactly what kind of content you watch, exactly what kind of clothes you're into, styles. They already know everything. Okay, they already know everything. Now they're going to figure out what kind of toilet paper you use because the robot's going to go into your bathroom. Guys, this is a bit much. This is a bit much. If you don't want people to if you're one of those people that's extremely afraid of the government getting information, that the government's watching you, opt out or opt into data privacy on your apps and your phones. Don't get the robot. Sure, get stuck in the past. But the future is technological integration. Now, we do need to upgrade our privacy systems in place and give humans more of an option to keep their things private, specifically data. And that's happening. We've already seen it in rollouts on apps are making it a little more available. Cell phone providers, Android, iOS are doing the same. So here's my opinion on the privacy stuff, guys. I don't care. I don't care at all. And to be quite honest with you guys, I get badass ads. Like, I get the best ads in the world. My phone knows what I want to buy before I even purchase it. I swear to God, the other day, I was thinking about buying boots. This is like a year ago. This is the wrong example. But it's just lingers in my mind. I was thinking about buying boots. I saw a guy with boots. I was like, damn, those are sweet boots. But I have no idea what those boots are called or where I would even begin to find those boots, right? Do I want to spend an hour trying to find that specific type of boot online? Search boots, educate myself on the different genres of boots, classifications. No, I don't want to do that. And I'm not going to. I don't want the boots that bad. But luckily, somehow, I get an ad for the literal exact boot that I was looking at. The exact style. Thank you, Google. You literally Googled, you gave me information that I didn't even ask for, that I was searching for. And I didn't even know the right question to ask. Boom, ad. Perfect boot that I wanted. Now, it does get a little creepy when we get to the point of we're discussing things with our friends or family and then we open our phone and boom, ad for exactly what we were talking about. But ultimately, I want badass ads. I really do. I want things that are tailored to my interest. I mean, you can say it creates an echo chamber and blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I don't really care. I don't really care. It doesn't matter to me. I have too much going on in my life to worry about security. I'm a pretty general dude. I don't know. What are they going to find out? What are they going to find out? I don't even know. Exactly. There's nothing here. I mean, everything, pretty much every single secret I have is publicly available on Interplanetary Monkeys podcast, which is transcripted all across the internet. So, you know, we're already out there. We're already out there. Guys, when I look at world news these days, it is a terrible experience. It is almost always bombings and shootings. It is so bad. A majority of the news is this kind of stuff, and I don't even click on it, you know? I used to think, oh, wow, maybe I get these articles because I click on them consistently just to learn up on them so I can hate on them on my podcast about how negative the media is. No, I don't even click on them anymore, guys. And all I see on the news and media is shootings, burglaries, robbery. It's like, oh, it's just disheartening. I don't even want to read that stuff anymore. It's too much. It's too much. And Yeah, it definitely hurts the news aspect of, or getting in the getting in touch with the world aspect of the podcast, especially when I'm looking throughout the week. It's just, eh, it's it's rough. It's rough. Obviously, in terms of health for humanity, COVID still takes the cake in regards to news. It's pretty much clogging the articles. But there's a lot of other cool stuff going on in the world. There's a lot of other cool stuff going on in the world. I'm pretty sure we got some new information on humanity's history. We found a footprint that changed some of our past descriptions or assumptions about when humans arose, how long we've been here. There's cool stuff that's just getting buried by bullshit. Not only is there cool stuff getting buried by bullshit, but it's the same BS we've been getting fed for 2 years. Write some new media articles. Freshen up things. Educate the community. Like, what is going on, family? What is going on? This week, guys, we're done with news, by the way. That is a segue to, that's pretty much me saying, yeah, I couldn't find anything else. But this week, I finally got to see Austin for what it truly was. So I ventured down close to downtown for the first time. And yes, the very first time after living here for 5 months, I live a very interesting life. Now, I enjoy my life, but I suspect a lot of other people would find it terrifying. Okay, I rarely leave my little corner, my little pocket of Texas. But I did. I went down there and I ventured, and I went to this river that I don't even know the name of, which I really should. And it was beautiful. It was beautiful. It reassured this idea that Austin is a place for me long term. And it made me somewhat proud to live in this city. It really did. It made me proud. Driving down there, it felt like I was in a different state. Here, up here north in Leander, it's a little more, I would say, farmy, flat. But as you get down to Austin, there's trees and hills and rocks, and it was, whoa. I drove across a giant bridge for what seemed to be the first time in my life. It was very cool. Very interesting. People were out being active, being in nature. It was absolutely insane. Now, my adventure down to Austin was because of a Hinge date. Now, as you guys know, I've been exploring. I've been trying to meet new people and just work on the social relationship aspect of things. And I don't know. Things are going good. My experiences have been fantastic. But life is interesting right now, guys. Life is interesting. Things are picking up momentum, and life is moving fast. I have a lot of things that are coming up. And as a result, dating and going out on these like one-off social adventures, it's great. And it's beneficial for the emotional side of things and the human connection side of things. There's definitely benefits to that. Putting yourself out there, meeting people of the opposite sex, learning what you like and don't like about women. Yeah. The whole spiel. But it just feels like I need to focus on what I have going on right now. I feel like I'm close to something, guys. I feel like I'm so damn close. And for the first time in my life, there's no second guessing the value in what I'm working on. There's no uncertainty, right? Like you would get with the podcast, And over the past 2 years, there have been points where I'm like, damn. Should I keep investing time into this? Now, we always will. Don't let that, don't, that's not a foreshadowing of this ending anytime soon. But my point here is that doubt is present constantly in everyone, and in some endeavors more than others. But this new endeavor that I'm on, I don't have a lot of doubt because I see the value 100% and I know I can pull it off. So now let me explain what this is. Okay. Now, obviously, Klein Sports Performance is a company here in Austin that serves athletes. And right now, I'm the only person that operates in the company, which means that there is a very hard and foreseeable cap to the amount of income that can be generated and the amount of athletes that can be impacted. Now, this has led me to think about expansion methods. Now, the traditional way to expand a strength and conditioning company, a performance company, anything to do with fitness, is to build a brick and mortar shop. Buy a building, build a gym, bring people in, hire new trainers, yada, yada, yada. The biggest problem with this first is one, the overhead cost. It's very expensive to buy into this. Would 100% need loans or investments. And then the income you generate from a gym is not very high. Just truthfully put, because of the amount of volume you get, right? Training sessions are generally an hour. That kind of hard caps the amount of time or amount of customers you can get, so on and so forth. Main message here is that it just doesn't generate a lot of money. And it's 2021, about to be 2022. We're in a virtual world. So I had this idea, or not really an idea anymore. I am going on this path of how can we make strength and conditioning available at a larger scale virtually, which is hard. And the reason that no one's done it is because the beauty of high level strength and conditioning, what I do, is that you personalize your programs for an athlete. You gauge mobility in certain joints. This determines certain exercises that you do. You're trying to build the perfect athlete, so you want to make it very specific to each individual. And this is very hard and intimidating to do in a virtual space. But not only do I think, but I can almost go as far to say that I know that it is possible. And no one has done this yet. Now, I'm not going to talk about the specifics here because, to be quite honest with you guys, once I start bringing people into this project, I'm going to be making them sign NDAs, non-disclosure agreements, because I really do believe that this is something that could change the strength and conditioning space. I think it's so big. And working on the project, okay, has zero negatives. I now go to sleep excited to wake up so I can build this, what I think is going to be the biggest, most valuable thing I've ever created in my life. I go to sleep excited to wake up to work on this for 6-7 hours before I go to the gym and have a blast with my athletes, and then come home to hang out. This open time I had in my morning is that I was essentially kind of waiting around or uncertain what to do with. I now have a drive and a purpose in life for a journey that is very long term. I'm talking 2-3 years at minimum. And the fire is there. Again, there's no negatives. Developing this, I'll call it a program right now. Developing this program, let's say it fails miserably. I try to take strength and conditioning virtual, it doesn't pick up. I still spent 3 years becoming one of the best strength and conditioning coaches, baseball specific strength and conditioning coaches in the world, in the United States. I am busting my ass, guys. I haven't worked this hard since I was studying for the CS exam, getting my master's, and doing graduate level research all at the same time back in Arizona. You guys remember those days. It was rough. But I have it. The passion is there. The work ethic is there. And the scalability of this project is out of this world. Klein Sports Performance is doing big things, guys. I strongly believe in this project. And even in those moments where I wake up and I expect to maybe doubt it, you know, I've experienced this. I've experienced the self-doubt that creeps up on us every now and then when we do crazy projects or go on crazy adventures, and it's not there. That self-doubt is not present in this project because there is no doubt there is value there. I know there is demand. I see it. I feel it. I hear about it. And I see an open niche, and I'm going to fill it. Now, the only doubt I have is that I won't be the first one to do it, that someone's also working on this at the same time. So the clock's ticking, and the race is on, family. Let's change our lives. All right. I hope everyone is doing well wherever you are in your little pocket of the universe, your little pocket of Earth. The universe is large, the Earth is small. Don't take yourself too seriously. enjoy life, smile, laugh, find friends, and keep working hard, guys. Keep working hard. I would say right now, I am very thankful for the spot I'm in. I think I got extremely lucky with this thought or this project that is come across my lap right now. I feel very fortunate. And I feel like I've been given a once in a lifetime opportunity to make something big. And it didn't become as a result of hard work. It didn't come as a result of unrelenting belief in myself. I was just patient. And there were a lot of shitty months that rode up to this moment. A lot of days, months, weeks where hope was low. But patience was there, and in the background, we were always working hard. And as a result, we have the tools necessary to take this lucky opportunity. And I think that really is it. You know, make sure the gun's loaded. You know, do everything you can to make sure that gun's loaded so you can shoot your shot when the opportunity presents itself. And I feel like that's where we're at. All right? So keep hammering. Shine on, family. We'll call it there. That's it for this week's episode of Interplanetary Monkeys. This is Hunter Klein, and you'll hear from me next week. Peace.